Welcome to the 2019-20 academic year opening convocation. And I first want to begin by thanking our Muskingum Valley Brass, which includes faculty members and others from our community, for beginning today's celebration in such a glorious way. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. We are so delighted to greet you, our new Muskingum students and families and friends at this time of new beginnings. It was just 3 years ago that I began my first year here at Muskingum. I also always say that I'm beginning my senior year this year, and I think we have a few seniors in the house as well. But I can tell you firsthand what a welcoming and engaging community you're going to find yourselves a part of in the days ahead. We especially welcome our students' families today. You are the first group of family members to be part of Opening Convocation. For many years, our Opening Convocation was actually held during the first week of classes. And we realized that it would be so delightful to be able to invite family and friends to join us as well, as you really celebrate this beginning of the Muskingum experience together. So will our students, family members, and friends please rise so that we can recognize you and thank you for all the ways you have supported your students. So to our students, both new and students who are coming back, we are so glad that each one of you has chosen Muskingum. At Muskingum, you will find a place where everyone is united in the common purpose of engaging you in an education that will challenge you and encourage you and equip you to really transform the world. We recognize your talents and your potential. Here you will learn and grow. You're going to explore your interests, discover challenging ideas and exciting possibilities, develop strong relationships, and learn about new communities. We are confident that during your years as students and later as alums, you will fulfill the Muskingum tradition of excellence and service, which began with our founding in 1837. So I am going to ask all of our new students to rise, and we have students from the class of 2023, but also students who are joining the classes of 2020, 2021, and 2022. All of our new students, will you please rise so we can welcome you? Students, you may be seated. And of course, I also want to welcome back to Muskingum all those returning students who are here to help us welcome all the new students to Muskingum today. If you are a returning student, would you stand so that we can recognize you? And you may be seated. So you have such an exciting journey ahead of you here at Muskingum. Everyone on this campus is here to support and encourage you, as our faculty and staff really are part of leading you on that journey. Our faculty and staff will teach you, challenge you, advise you, and inspire you to reach your fullest potential and achieve those goals and dreams you have set for yourself. You will come to know them as teachers, scholars, community leaders, mentors, who set an example of both professional and personal excellence. So right now, I would like to ask our Muskingum University faculty, coaches, and staff educators to please stand and be recognized. And now I would like to invite one of our educators, the Reverend Dr. Will Mullins, our university chaplain, to deliver today's invocation. Reverend Mullins.
Friends, let us begin this semester with a prayer. God of all becoming, who was and is to come, we begin this semester in order to become more than we are now. Your presence fills all the earth as growth and change and complexity crowns creation. By the power of your Holy Spirit, may we become that which grows in knowledge. Change us from isolated and fragmented individuals into a community of learners. Oh God, reach into our classrooms, dorm rooms, and practice fields, and give us brave and believing hearts to know and love one another. Begin again your life-renewing work of teaching and learning on the hills of Muskingum. Beloved Spirit, enfold our lives with the peaceful embrace of one another. Give us another chance. Walk with us, Jesus, under the trees and by the pond, and let the warming sunlight reach us and teach us to be whole. We pray all of these things in the name of whom this university was founded, Jesus the Christ. Amen.
So when you are a university, you are always in a place. And one of the places that is very important to us is New Concord. We actually reside in the village of New Concord. We partner with and we really serve this village. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you the mayor of the village of New Concord, the Honorable Brett Essex. Brett has served the village as mayor since January 2016, and he served previously to that for 18 years as the president of the New Concord Village Council. So it's particularly appropriate that he welcomes you all to Muskingum today as new students. Mayor Essex, please come forward.
Thank you, and first let me welcome you to the village of New Concord as the incoming class to Muskingum University. And I always look forward to this day because it's the most robust welcome I receive as the mayor, is my internal story there. So, and I want to thank all the faculty here that invited me, and to those who were kind enough, and Nancy leading the charge here, to so I could sport some magenta myself, and so I appreciate that. You know, as we look at this, as I said, I want to welcome you. I want to thank you for choosing Muskingum University. I thank you as the parents and those friends and family that seen that importance to come here, because we value the university. I illustrate within the village that we are a tripod of how we interact. We have the village of New Concord, which we're very proud of. We have the East Muskingum School District, which we're very proud of, and we're very proud of the university that sits on top of this hill here in Muskingum. So it takes a village, and that's what we're here for. It takes all the entities to make everybody as special and unique as they are, and we really appreciate that. So in that, I welcome you to feel free, and I want you to feel comfortable to come downtown and join us on our main street or any of our streets in the village of New Concord. We are a village, we are small, but please come down and join us. We kind of always make a running joke here as, you know, for food, as long as you love pizza, you will be in great shape. So we are still working on trying to get some other choices there. But we do have Circle K, Respects, I don't want to forget anybody, the coffee shop. So come down and join. When you see us, when you see the residents, say hello. We hope that we will do the same. I will pledge that especially if I see a sea of magenta shirts coming at me, I will take my head out of my phone, because sometimes you will find the mayor guilty of walking Main Street, looking at messages between meetings. So I will do my part to take my head out of my phone and say hello and welcome you. Talking about groups that interact, this coming September 1st on a Sunday, we will have a festivity at the Stormont School Park that is on Main Street on the west end of town by the Stormont School. Personnel or staff from here are putting together a big fish story fest. Please come down and support that. I believe there will be, as always, a good draw, food trucks or food there. There will be entertainment. Just come down and spend some time with us and let us get to know you and you get to know us. I would just ask you, as you're starting your career out here, your this next phase of life as a student here at Muskingum University, look for ways that you can be a part of our community. Some of those examples is our New Concord Fire Department. We have had past students that have come down and volunteered and become lifelong residents of New Concord. Sufton Fire Equipment out of Dublin, Ohio. Harry Suffin is an alum here. He decided to stay after his 4 years here. He was my neighbor as a student, along with 4 or 5 other gentlemen, and it all worked well. And they came back and they're raising their 3 kids in this family, in this community, and that's just an awesome. Celebrate New Concord, a summer concert series that takes place in our park. We're always looking for volunteers to help set up, tear down, hand out programs, and it's a great piece to just get to know people in the community. The John and Annie Glenn Historic Site, always looking for volunteers. It's a great historical piece that you can expand your knowledge and be able to utilize your talents in there. Village of New Concord. Charlotte Colley is our village administrator. She is an alum of Muskingum University and typically tries to get a student here as an intern. And I've already received some correspondence this year, and I believe we have a good candidate that can come and get some knowledge in how small government works. Another example of that, and I'll stop on the examples, is Jim Lenner is, I believe, about an 04 grad here. And he too is a city administrator, village administrator for the village of Johnstown. Chose to come back to New Concord and live and raise his family here. I want to leave you with a little story. For those that, well, this group, I'm looking straight ahead. Obviously, first time meeting me, don't know me, but I like to tell stories. My stories usually relate to something in the automotive world. That seems to be my passion, and my day job revolves around autos. So I'm a race fan. A year ago, I shared this same story with last year's class coming in, and it was ironic. The same race took place, Watkins Glen, New York, road course, cup race. Chase Elliott, last 30 laps, is in the lead. He did this last year. This year, he has the same competitor, the number 19 car, chasing him, right on his bumper, trying to move him out of the way, trying to do everything he could. A year ago when this took place, he was racing for his first win. He's 20-some years old, 22 last year, I believe, going for his first cup win. What an exciting piece. He got out, he won again this year. He got out of the car and everybody was like, how did you handle that pressure? And his comment was that pressure is a privilege. And I went, wow, I don't know if I've ever thought of it that way. But he referenced some material, and I did my due diligence and Googled it like everybody else, and dug it up there. And it talks about as you embrace new adventures in your life, you're going to feel pressure. Things typically don't just fall in place for every aspect of your life. You're going to feel stress, but keep in mind and ask yourself, how did you get where you're at today? Hopefully it was hard work, good habits. So how will you take all of that you've learned through your life thus far, and with all the guidance of those sitting in front of me in the first 4 rows, how can they help you, and how can we help you as a community and embrace that pressure and take it and learn from it? So that's my challenge. Take that pressure, step up, learn from it, and learn how you can take that out and be a strong leader. Because you have the opportunity right now, day one, to be a leader among your class and among your community. And as you go out into our village and with your fellow students, take a stand, lead, and just keep everybody on the right path, because your safety is a big concern of ours, and we just want this to be the greatest experience that you can have for the next 4 years or more, however that works out. But I know parents are going, no, it's just 4. So, and I'm sorry, I have to have a little humor in my talks. So with that, I leave you with a welcome to New Concord. We look forward to getting to know you. And if you ever need to reach out and ask a question direct, we are working at trying to get a student advisory group together that can interact with the mayor and bounce ideas off of each other. But if you need me prior to that, go to our website, and it has a link on there, ask the mayor a question. That'll send you right to my email, and I will do my best to get responded in a timely fashion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Essex. Again, I think it's such an important relationship we have with the village, and I hope you will take advantage of that relationship in your time here. So today's opening convocation address will be given by Dr. Kim Gage Rothermel, a member of the Muskingum class of 1971 and the chair of our university Board of Trustees. Dr. Rothermel is a distinguished physician and leader with a passionate commitment to serving. After graduating summa cum laude from Muskingum, she earned her medical degree from Rush University College of Medicine in Chicago and trained in pediatrics and pediatric hematology oncology at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, achieving her board certification in both specialties. Dr. Rothermel has had a significant impact on the lives of so many families throughout our region. She served in private practice at the Ohio Center for Pediatrics, as a clinical assistant professor at The Ohio State University, and as president of the medical staff at Nationwide's Children's Hospital. She has also been a dedicated member of the Muskingum University Board of Trustees since 1997, serving as chair of the Academic Affairs Committee and getting to know many faculty and students in that role, as a member of the Executive Committee, and now she has begun her role, as I'm delighted to work with her, as of July 1, 2019. So please join me in welcoming to the podium Dr. Kim Rothermel.
Thank you. Welcome to Muskingum University. I clearly remember the feeling of anticipation in the pit of my stomach many years ago when my parents and I were approaching New Concord, and I looked over and saw Muskingum on the hill. And then I was sitting in your seat. Can you imagine that a few years from now, you may be standing here in my place? That is the type of unexpected privilege that a Muskingum education has in store for you. It's my hope that each one of you today that is here is excited. But the unknown is a reality, and therefore a little uneasiness is also the norm. For some of you, this may be the first time away from home for a long period of time. For others, I'm sure there is no hesitation to celebrate this newfound freedom. This is a passage, both literally and figuratively, for you students and your parents. One season of life comes to a close as another opens. You have worked hard and accomplished much to get here. To parents and loved ones, This day, I know, is full of emotions. You've certainly worked and saved for years to allow your student to be here today, and you are excited for him or her and very proud. Although you know it's time and that they're ready to spread their wings, it isn't always easy to let go. My mother wisely told me as she was leaving me at Muskingum that first day to remember that if I ever felt homesick for them, that they would be just as homesick for me. My husband and I truly experienced that as reality after leaving each of our 4 sons at college for their first times. Muskingum thanks you for sharing your sons and daughters and will strive daily to fulfill our mission of educating the whole person for the whole world. We'll do this by developing your students intellectually, spiritually, socially, and physically, and by fostering in them critical thinking, positive action, ethical sensitivity, and spiritual growth, so that they may lead vocationally productive, personally satisfying, and socially responsible lives. Students, there are 4 recommendations that I'd like to share this afternoon as you embark on your college career. First, be successful. You were confident in your decision to come to Muskingum University. Be confident in your ability to succeed. There is excellence in the faculty here and in the students. There's also a deep sense of community. But know that you are the reason that faculty and staff wake up each morning dedicated to creating a unique and excellent learning experience. Know that there will be challenges along the way. Ask for help. Seek out your professors. Use their office hours. Remember that no failure is ever final, nor is any success. Let me mention a few Muskingum alumni who experienced the investment of this university and didn't stop after their first accomplishment, but went on to compound their success. John Glenn, astronaut and politician. Jack Hanna, Director Emeritus of the Columbus Zoo. Courtney Knischel, a general manager of a professional minor league baseball team. Nick Diogan, Chief Executive Officer of the Americas and United States Senior Partner for the Brunswick Group, a strategic advisory firm focused on critical issues. These names are known to many. My story is one of growing up in a 500-person town in southeastern Ohio with parents who were Muskingum grads. Neither they nor anyone here at Muskingum ever hinted that I could not do anything I wanted to do. And I have been so privileged to have a wonderful family, a medical career that I loved, and the opportunity to participate in the administration of the medical staff at Nationwide Children's Hospital and on the Board of Trustees here. There are no limits. My second recommendation is to be curious. Your parents and even your high school counselors may have told you that you can be anything that you want to be. But you may ask, how do I find my path? What am I intrinsically motivated to do? The spark for me was a biology professor who took time to encourage me my freshman year here. So keep an open mind and give it all you've got, even to classes you're taking because they're required. You never know the chord they might strike in you. Use your time wisely explore, dream, discover, and participate in the many opportunities here, in and out of the classroom. In the book, The 100 Most Influential Persons in History, I am struck by the one thing we all have in common with all of them: time. These men and women who changed the world did not have any more hours in their day than you and I. I am convinced that judicious use of time is one of the major contributors to success. As you are expanding your horizons, learning, and having fun, make choices while at Muskingum that will lead to future success. And make the choice to avoid career-limiting decisions that take you away from that pursuit. My third recommendation is to develop and protect your reputation. It's been said that technical skills may get you a job, but integrity is vital to promotions along the way. Let me say that in another way. You will have opportunities to succeed through your time at Muskingum, but the legacy of your work, now and in the future, will be carried on the shoulders of your integrity. And finally, remember that relationships are everything. Be kind and inclusive and compassionate. Being there for one another is important. It is sometimes at college called being a 2 a.m. friend. But saying or letting someone else say, "I messed up," and responding, "Let's talk," can save a lot of hurt and open the door to a great relationship. Maya Angelou said it like this: "People will forget what you said and what you did. People will never forget how you made them feel." Spend time with people like you and different from you, remembering what Dale Carnegie wrote nearly 50 years ago. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in other people than you can make in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. If you want to change the world, you are at Muskingum University. You can do that. Start now, as Gandhi said, to be the change that you want to see in the world. If you keep waiting for just the right time, you may never begin. Begin now. Begin now, where you are and with who you are. There was a puzzle piece on your chair when you arrived. If it were lost, it would certainly be missed in the whole of the puzzle. You are now a puzzle piece in the picture of Muskingum University, an integral part of who we are. When you leave here as you graduate, you will be missed, but you will become part of the long magenta line of well-educated puzzle pieces, also known as alumni, that are successful and critical parts of our world today. God bless each of you as you begin your journey here at Muskingum University. And God bless this great university. Go Muskies!
Thank you, Dr. Rothermel. A wonderful way to begin our semester. And we are so grateful for your leadership in our region and your leadership at Muskingum. So thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the president of the Muskingum Student Senate, Mr. William Crawford, who will graduate from Muskingum in 2020. So Will is majoring in sociology and minoring in pre-social work. He has participated on our track and field team, our football team, the Black Student Union, and Kappa Sigma. He is also a diversity ambassador and involved in numerous other campus activities, including outdoor adventure and intramurals. He is a native of Toledo, Ohio. He came to Muskingum as a transfer student, and we are so glad that he did. Over the summer, Will experienced a very meaningful internship with the Boys and Girls Club in Tallahassee, Florida, he reported. So we are very delighted that Will is serving in the Student Senate leadership role this year, and I want to welcome him to the podium now. William Crawford.
Thank you for that introduction. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, and returning students. Welcome to our new students, family members, and to the class of 2023. Class of 2023, you are officially Muskies, the best thing to be, may I add. It is an honor and a privilege as Student Senate President to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the Muskingum University student body. Standing here before you is truly a dream come true. It is because of the support and the encouraging words from fellow Muskies, faculty, and staff that I am here. Just last year, I transferred to Muskingum University. I was nervous and not knowing what to expect, but I got involved. In just 1 year's time, I've had the privilege of joining Student Senate, serving as a Diversity Relations Chair, and now beginning my term as President. I became a Muskie student athlete, joining the track and field team. I joined a great fraternity, became a member of Black Student Union, implemented the use of gender pronouns in campus communication, and more. And this summer, I had an amazing internship working in youth professional development for the Boys and Girls Club of Tallahassee, Florida. Yes, that was just in 1 year. I have had a transformative experience since becoming a Muskie, and you can and you will have the same kind of life-changing experience. People often say that third time is the charm, and that's exactly how my journey went with Muskingum University. During my senior year of high school, I remember receiving a letter from the Muskie track coach, but I just kind of ignored it because I wanted to get as far away from his house as I could. So I did. I went 14 and a half hours away to Kansas, where I ran track for my first year. After my first year in Kansas, I got a little homesick, so I reached out to Muskingum admission counselor, Jake Brunette. We did all the paperwork, I got accepted, but I still didn't want to come home. So I said no again. Instead, I transferred to another school in Kentucky, serving there for almost 2 years, and then some things came up and I just felt like I wanted to go home and just quit school. Well, I was in bed, scrolling through Facebook, and an ad about Muskingum popped up. So I said to myself, this has to be a sign. So for the third time, I called Jake, and I said, hey Jake, this is Will. And he responded, yeah, hey Will, you ready to come? So we laughed, and we did the paperwork, and I got accepted, and well, the rest is history. This is just my story of how I found a wonderful place to call home, and I'm sure everyone has their own story. We all came here for different reasons, with different purposes, and that's what makes this school so beautiful. Muskingum is my home, and in a short time, it'll become yours. Here at Muskingum, the focus is you. If you ever need a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear, someone to laugh with, or just somewhere to hang out, the Student Senate office is always open, and we would love to see you. Faculty, staff, and returning Muskies, let's once again welcome our new Muskies and their families.
Thank you, Will. Good afternoon. My name is Nancy Evangelista, and I serve as Provost at Muskingum University. It is my great pleasure to join in welcoming you and to present an historic symbol of Muskingum University's commitment to student learning. More than 100 years ago, during the opening convocation ceremonies of the early 1900s, a wooden key of knowledge was created to symbolize the opening of new doors to learning at Muskingum University. This key was presented each year to the incoming class. Over the years, as times changed, the custom ended, and the key was stored away. It was rediscovered during campus renovations, and last year, the tradition began anew for the class of 2022 during our 2018-2019 opening convocation ceremony. We are proud to continue it today for your class, the Muskingum University class of 2023. This key represents Muskingum University's commitment to provide you, our students, with the knowledge that will open the door to your future. The key will open the doors to three kinds of learning. First, you will acquire the knowledge and build the skills that you will need to become innovative problem solvers and catalysts for change. You will also explore diverse interests and perspectives as you come to understand your own purpose. And you will learn how to communicate and to collaborate with others as you make your own unique impact in a diverse world. Acquiring these knowledge and skills for innovation, exploring perspectives and purpose, and communicating and connecting in a diverse world are the learning goals that we have set for students at Muskingum University. And with this knowledge and these skills, you will hold your own key to the future. I am proud to now present the key of knowledge to our Muskingum Student Senate President, Mr. William Crawford, who will accept the key on behalf of the class of 2023.
On behalf of the student body of Muskingum University, I am very proud and honored to accept the key of knowledge for the class of 2023. We are excited for the incredible learning journey and opportunities ahead of us this year. Thank you.
A special thank you both to Provost Evangelista and to Will for that ceremony. I like watching people's reactions when that key comes out. You're all picturing something, a little gold thing, you know, and this key, what's really beautiful about it is it has little plaques on it from each year starting in the early 1900s. So we are really celebrating a tradition of excellence from the past and the present and moving into the future. And so thank you again for that. So I am now going to invite Dr. Tim Sarseny, our head choral conductor, and Mr. Michael Belt, a member of the class of 2021, to the podium. They're going to be talking with us about the meaning of a university alma mater, and then you are going to be singing, they'll be leading us, and you will be singing our own Muskingum University alma mater with them.
Thank you, President Hostler. It is indeed my pleasure to be here this afternoon to teach you the most important song, I think, for you all Muskies and incoming Muskies. So a little bit of a background, though. The Latin phrase alma mater means nourishing mother. It is a label that we use to describe our colleges and universities because of the learning and the growth that takes place there. It is used to describe the primary song or hymn associated with a school, which is sung at sporting events, commencement, convocation, and other campus events. There are so many songs and hymns that have been written about Muskingum University over the decades. Since sometime in the first half of the 20th century, our official alma mater has been the song, All Hail Muskingum. The melody comes from a Christian hymn tune written in the early 18th century by German musician Friedrich Ferdinand Fleming. The text was written in the late 1920s by Muskie alum Thomas Randall Berkshire. Thanks to Muskingum history professor Bill Kerrigan, we know that Berkshire, originally from Zanesville, was an English major who wrote for many campus publications, performed with the Muskie Players, and sang with the Choral Society. So we're going to take a few minutes to learn the stanza, for the first stanza of All Hail. There are 3, but usually the first one is always sung. So get out your little programs here. We're going to go line by line, just so you can get the text, and then we'll teach you the song. So I'll repeat it first. I'll say it first, actually, and you'll repeat it. That's how that works. So, all hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater.
All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater.
Good. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Good. Honor, not honor. Honor. That's a better vowel. Yeah, yep. Good, 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 good. See, I teach choir, so I have to get you to sing it. Yeah. Speaking English and singing English are a little different. Life more abundant thou to us hast given.
Life more abundant thou to us hast given.
Good. Hail, alma mater, hail.
Hail, alma mater, hail.
Excellent. You want it to sound as beautiful as you can, right? Because it's such a meaningful song. So now I'd like to introduce senior music education student Michael Belt and the Muskingum Valley Brass to perform it for us. So they're going to play it and sing it for you once so you can hear it, and then I'll lead you in us doing it all together. Michael.
All hail Muskingum, glorious alma mater. Thy loyal children come to do thee honor. Life more abundant thou to us hast given. Hail, alma mater, hail.
I can't follow that. Pretty good. All right, all together. Ready? Here we go. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. You may be seated. I'm going to give you a few instructions here. But I do want to thank Dr. Sarsany and thank Michael for leading us in a song that you will hear more often in your time here. And at another occasion, we'll also teach you the Muskingum Fight song. You need to know both to have the full picture. So when the music begins in just a moment, the platform party, those of us sitting on the platform, followed by the faculty, will proceed back up the 2 side aisles. Students, you will then be dismissed by row. We ask that you follow the faculty and the coaches into the atrium. First-year mentors are going to be waiting for you there, holding signs with numbers that correspond with the number on your name tags. Your first-year mentor will lead your group onto the quad for the class picture. You all want to be there for the class picture. You'll be able to see your teeny little self in that picture taken from above of our class, and then you'll go to your assigned classroom to meet with your faculty instructor. Muskingum staff members will be available to help with any directions and questions you may have. Family members and friends, we ask that you please remain in your seats until all students have left the auditorium. You will then be dismissed to go to your assigned room, which corresponds to the number on your name tag, to meet with your student's faculty member. Again, our Muskingum staff members will be available to help you with directions and answer your questions. And we're doing this so that all friends and family members get to have the experience of trying to find their first class. So we're happy to help you in that process. So I am going to ask you to rise one more time now. And I am going to officially begin the academic year with this charge. Faculty, staff, students, families, friends, honored guests, may the 2019-20 academic year be one of innovation and accomplishment, engagement and service, purpose and joy. Faculty and staff, may our shared sense of community, dedication, and collegiality shape each and every day as together we educate and inspire, encourage, and challenge our students. Students, may you engage, explore, and expand your world in ways you never before imagined. Families and friends, may you share in the joy of your students as they begin this new adventure. May the knowledge of your steadfast support remain with them throughout their years at Muskingum until together we celebrate their graduation, which will come much more quickly than you realize. So let the 2019-20 academic year begin, and may it be a year full of joy and excellence for all of us. Thank you.
wait till the parents got out. Well, I like to do that when I do research. Should we?
I went to repeat and they went on.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I did the repeat. Try. I saw.
How's it going?
So we're done. Yeah.
They're going to wait till the kids are
I'm actually going to use this as a. Actually, they're using this room as a collecting place anyway. So it's fine. So you can just give the book to Dawn, right? And the whole.
Just take our stand back.
We didn't bring it here. Thank you.